All right, we're going live now. Boom, baby.
How's that?
What happened, buddy?
How's that? Better light, no?
Well, it still kind of looks like you're at a strip club, just a little bit.
I'm gonna go outside.
Are you on your phone, Adam?
Yeah, I have no option. I left my cord at home.
What? How's that?
Oh, that's way better, dude.
Better?
Yeah. Oh, that looks good. Actually, you're still kind of dark. The background looks good, though, but you're still a little dark.
All
right, Dado, you here?
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
That's way better, man.
Oh, good.
You sound like a beautiful, brand new whistle.
All right.
Sounds good.
How does my
What happened, Adam?
my accent? How does my accent sound?
Dude, it sounds original. I love it, man. It's part of
Beautiful.
you.
Dado, where are you from?
Originally,
Yeah,
I'm Lebanese.
Lebanese.
Yeah.
Wow. That's like that way?
Yeah, the other way. Though.
Other way.
all the way back there.
All the way back. Okay.
Is my screens are your guys' screens frozen?
You're frozen.
Huh. I'm still frozen, right?
My God, Adam, he doesn't forget anything. I'm gonna grab my water. You know, that's a good idea.
Cheers. Adam, you on a farm?
Can't see me, right? Got no good light right here. Elijah,
He's frozen.
come back, Elijah. Let him in.
He left.
He left.
Oh,
So, Willie, you do a lot of shows?
Yeah, that's been like I got started about almost going on years now. And that's really what I really fell into. Working with people in foreclosure and just really starting to go sales.
Give me a second, guys. All right. Elijah just got disconnected. I'm gonna bring him back in.
Whoa.
You want to go out and play?
What, mommy?
see my barn?
What? What? What?
Where are you, Adam?
I'm out in Catchog, the North Fork.
Oh.
I was just in the city. It's starting to rain. You see behind the barns over there?
Yeah.
That's the sod field where Yankee Stadium sod's from last year.
Wow.
A lot of sod farms and a lot of farms out here. Corn, wineries, all that crap. My girlfriend's house.
Nice.
I got a house upstate, but my ex lives there right now.
Where upstate?
New Paltz. You knew that.
Oh, what? I live in that area.
I know you do.
How do you like Newport?
You're in that window of time where you're just BSing, small talking. Yeah.
Right. You guys miss me?
Hey,
Yeah, we were,
Yo, my whole system like froze, and then it just like wiped. You guys didn't get deleted from the live though, right?
no, we were talking about you.
Oh yeah. What was the nicest thing you said?
We were talking about how cute you are.
Got it. So where's everybody watching from? Where you guys watching from home, from outside, office? Where you guys watching from?
I'm in wine country in
Wine
Catchog.
Nice.
Catchog, North Fork, New York.
Yeah, you a red wine guy or white wine type of guy?
I drink anything you give it to me, actually. I'm not racist against any kind of wine or liquor or prejudiced against any of that stuff, so I'm good.
Or people, right?
No, I have no problem with people. I'm a people person, obviously.
Absolutely.
Wouldn't be doing this.
Of course not. Willie, you want to talk to us about your luxury spot?
I'm in Old Bridge, New Jersey.
Nice, man.
Casa.
Beautiful over there.
Oh yeah,
Beautiful over there.
Got my dog over here, looking at me.
What kind of dog you got?
She's a pit bull mix, three-legged pit bull mix.
Oh, what a good man you were.
She lost her leg 2 years ago, almost 3 years. She jumped out my window 3 stories up.
Oh,
Yeah,
And she's still strong today, right?
yeah, she's doing good. Got to keep her weight down.
Are we live on TV or we just bullshitting right now until we go live?
So first of all, we're already live. We have over 30 people here. We are going to get this thing started here in a few minutes, but right now it's just small talk. So you can go ahead and groom your beard, no problem.
I'm just a comb. I need to get a new comb.
Got it. You and I are missing out, buddy. We need something for our hair, because these two guys over here are just loving it.
He's going at this with his big comb. I never had hair this long in years, man.
Right.
My beard I always have, but not this long. This is pretty long.
Let me ask you a serious question. Do you trust going into the barbershop right now?
I couldn't care less about any of this stuff. I don't go out or do anything, man. I really, the only thing I used to do is go to music every night, but that's shot right now.
Right.
So I'm stuck, and I live in New York City, dead center. So I'm not hanging out there. I went there yesterday morning, and I came back today, just right now.
Oh, nice, man. Yeah, you're in the middle of all the action.
Oh, it's scary over there, man. I mean, it's picking up a little bit, but at one point it was pretty scary.
Right.
I left in the middle of March. I left when they said everybody's out of work. I said, I'm out of here. I couldn't go to my house upstate, so I went to my girlfriend's out here. She has a beautiful, you see it? You see?
Yeah, dude. Wherever you're at, it's freaking gorgeous.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, it's
It
very
smells really
I
good.
love that, man.
This is how you got to live, dude. Look at this winery right next to us. It's a famous one. Look at our house.
Did he freeze or did I freeze?
He froze. He's walking away from the.
From the internet, right?
I don't know if you can see. Behind me, all those vines.
Yeah, dude. That's
There's
incredible.
wines everywhere. There's wineries.
So basically, if we need any discounts on wines, you're the guy to talk to.
Adam, you're losing your connection.
Yeah, buddy. You're gonna have to go back closer to the casa.
No, we got Wi-Fi everywhere around here. Oh, that's weird.
Well, we're just letting you know our experience because you are not connected right now.
I'm back.
Elijah,
All
where
right.
you calling from?
Where am I? I'm actually in one of Nick's apartments right now.
Jersey City?
Yep, Jersey City.
One of them, he has kids hanging out there.
By the way, if you get disconnected, don't worry. I'm down. I'm on down here. Just call me.
All right, thanks. Bye.
Was Nick on a walkie-talkie? Are you guys on walkie-talkies?
Yeah, we got the walkie-talkies. Just
Can you see me? Is it too dark?
it's too dark, dude. I can't see your facial structure. I need to see that beautiful
No, can
face.
you really?
I can see the beard, but I can't see any of your eyes or your nose if you have nose hairs, which you have a lot. Jesus.
I don't have nose hairs.
I would turn around. Just turn around because then the sunlight will be facing you. All right, guys. You guys ready?
Yes.
Dado, you ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
Willie, you ready? Adam, you ready to get the show started?
Yeah, I think so. I just want
All
to
right,
get
guys. It is 7:10 now. We're gonna get this bad boy started. Okay. First and foremost, if you're new here, thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Elijah Barber. I have the opportunity to host today's event. We are going to have some fun. We're going to learn about the wholesaling strategy. And I got 3 amazing rock stars that are here with me. Gentlemen, I'm really excited to hear your guys' stories and, dive in deep with you guys. So first and foremost, this is the New York Real Estate Investors Association meetup. I want to let you guys know this meetup right here is the largest real estate meetup group in the entire country. Okay. So literally for the past 12 years, my business partner, Nick Tang, has been building this community. We literally have one of the strongest, most empowering communities in the entire world, baby. This is worldwide. Okay. And we coming to you in your own backyard, New York real estate. It's the greatest thing in the world. Okay. So listen, guys, we're going to do this. If you guys are tuning in, right? So there's this comment section, right? We typically do a lot of live events where we would see everyone in person, we'd shake hands and all that. But as of right now, that's not happening. So what you're going to do is you're going to use this comment section and network with one another. And even with us, this is how I can see how you guys are doing, any questions that you guys have. So we're going to be using this comment section for that purpose of asking any questions and networking. So to start it off, go in the comment section right now, scroll over, click on post a comment, and let me know. Are you watching from Brooklyn? Are you watching from Bronx? Are you watching from Staten Island? Where are you watching from in New Jersey? If you're coming from out of state, put it in the comment section right now. Let us know where you're tuning in from. Let's get some of these people here. All right, we got Mikey Vera's in the house. What up, Mike? How are you, brother? All right. Irene says, good to see you all. Irene, pleasure. All right, where are you guys tuning in from? There's a slow little lag there. All right, so we got Curtis Henderson, heavy hitters right here. Michelle Davis from Staten Island.
Yo, represent.
From Lower East Side Manhattan. Corey in the house. What's up, Corey? From Long Island. Cornell, what's up, Cornell? Good to see you, bro. Coming from Queens, and we'll do this last one here from Brooklyn. All right, guys, keep commenting. Let us know where you're tuning in from. Let's be super active. Let's be super engaged. Let's have some fun, okay? So first and foremost, today's event is all about wholesaling. Wholesaling is one of those strategies that, if you stumble across it, you're probably like, what the heck is this? Is this even real? Is it illegal? Is this allowed to do it? Can you do it with no money? These are all questions that you probably come up to your mind when you hear of wholesaling. Wholesaling was a strategy I used to get started. I can tell you it is legal. And as long as team, it's can make what happened. We still here?
Yeah, we're
Everyone here. All right, because it cut out on my screen. But it's literally one of the sickest strategies in the whole entire business. These 3 guys here are going to be diving in deep. We're going to get to hear their story on how they got started, and more importantly, what are they doing today with, has the markets changed? What's going on with after COVID? What are new strategies today? So we're going to be diving in deep with all that. Okay. So now that I see all you guys and where you guys are tuning in from, we got New York in the house tonight. We got over 40 people on this live with us tonight. Listen, do me a quick favor. Okay. I want you to put it in the comment section and let me know how much energy you have. If you're excited for this event, put as many E's, as many N's, as many R's, and as many Y's as you can think of. Spell it out, energy, put it in the comment section. Let's get this rolling, baby. Okay. So let me tell you guys a little bit about our club. This is the New York Real Estate Investors Association. We are a prime membership club. Okay. So what does that mean? These events that you're watching now, first of all, we've recorded dozens and dozens and dozens of these, and we recorded all these and we put these onto a special platform that's available to our members only, okay? And so what does that mean? We have wholesaling topics, we have fix and flip topics, we have buy and hold topics. We literally teach you guys exactly how we do, sheriff sale investing, how we personally analyze our buy and holds, how we find them, how we hire contractors, how we do the whole entire business. We have recordings of all that. And that's available to our prime members. The cost online for that's around $200. But at the end of this event, you guys are going to have an opportunity to join for $100 off. Okay. And it's only available for the next 24 hours. So at the end of the event, Nick's going to be reaching out to you guys, sending you guys a special email. If you guys want to join our membership, if you want to learn more about it, Nick will have a lot more information there. But you'll have the opportunity to do that at the end. Also, in 2 weeks, okay, we're going to have our first ever deal night Adam's been to deal night before. Willie's been to deal night before. Dado, you been to a deal night before?
Yes.
Yeah, Dado's been to a deal night. Okay, we're having our first online deal night where you guys are going to be able to send in your deals. We're going to post them up right here. We're going to have 3 freaking awesome panelists, and we're going to dive into the deal. And, you know, if we can sell it live in the moment, like, we're going to do it. And if it's a bad deal, we're going to go through it together, and we're going to figure out why it's bad. And if there's a possibility, how can we turn it into a good deal? So a lot of people are wondering, where do you get deals? How do you find them? How do you source them? How do you analyze them? I'm telling you right now, if you come to the deal night, by the time that you leave, you'll know exactly what a good deal is. You'll get to hear how people are finding their deals, and you'll get to see real deals pitched live in the moment. It's a killer event. You guys like that event? Is it a fun event?
Awesome.
Love it.
It's a good time, right? Okay, so that wraps up that. But in regards to the deal night, okay, we are doing this exclusive for members only. So if you're not a member, you won't have access to that event. We're not advertising it. We're not putting it out. We literally have membership of over like 2,000 different members right now. So we're doing a members only New York City deal night. So once again, at the end of this event, if you're not signed up for our membership and you want to come to the deal night, you won't be able to. You have to join the membership to be a part of the deal night and have access to that. But Nick will be sending you guys an email with that at the very end, okay? So we have 3 rock stars in the house tonight. Let me see. How do I take off this comment? This is my first time hosting the whole show, by the way. All right. So we got Adam, we got Willie, and we got Dado. Gentlemen, let's do 60-second intros. Okay, just let us know who you are real quick in 60 seconds. Let's go ahead and start off with the man, Adam. Boom.
All right, you got my name right there in a little box. My name is Adam. I am a Libra. I hail from Livingston, New Jersey, going back in the late 80s. Graduate in 91. I went off to Ohio State. No, I'm kidding. I did, but I own a company called Property Buyers Group. I've been in the New York market, Long Island, Nassau, Suffolk, and the Boroughs for since 2012. I wholesale mostly. I take on crazy ass deals, anything that people don't want to touch that requires tens of thousands of dollars in legal fees and attorneys in court. Approximately a 5-year average in court. For some reason that ends up that way. A lot of wholesales, a lot of rehab, not as many rehabs, but we rehab, we do, we take on listings if we need to. We have buy and holds, just an all around full service investment company, give or take on a smaller scale. Even though we do flip a lot of homes and do a lot of wholesaling, strictly in the local New York metro market.
Right. So you guys are exclusive. You guys mainly do business in New York, and you've been doing this since like what, roughly around 2012?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's awesome. Adam, we're super excited to have you. We're going to be diving in deep with you here in a minute.
Deep, go deep, baby.
Let's go, baby. All right. Up next, we're going to drop it down low. Oh, Dado, give us the 60-second intro, brother. Let us know who you are.
Give us a hair comb.
My name is Dado Dergham. Actually, I'm upstate New York, Orange County, and I also run a local Meetup, Orange County Real Estate Investors Club. I've been running it for about 5 years, and mostly are new investors. And I was gonna try to start doing bus tours, but the COVID-19 happened. We're gonna try to, hopefully when it's over, we'll do it again. And I've been investing since 2006. I started with home investors, and now I'm on my own. And did I answer all the questions?
Yeah, no, you did great, right? So you got started off with home investors, which we'll dive in and figure out what that is, what that was like, and then today, when you say you're on your own, like what's some of the business that you do today? You do fix and flips, buy and holds, wholesaling. You do all of it.
Yes, I do different strategy. I do fix and flip. I wholesale, and that's mainly what I do.
We do whatever we got to do to get the deal done, right?
Yeah.
I love it. All right, Dado, thank you so much for that intro. Let's finish it off here. Willie, first of all, you want to tell us about this hoodie that you got on, my man? Invest in yourself, baby. Represent. Yo, if that fires you up, put it in the comment section. Let us know how much energy that is. Invest in yourself, baby. All right, Willie.
So yes, that's exactly WIllie Dolinko, aka Willie Short Sales, got started about like almost 2 years now. So I'm probably the youngest out of everyone in here. But it's been a crazy ride. Went to one of Nick Tang's events about almost 2 years, and started networking and did my first wholesale deal last year. Made a little bit of money, and then got involved with foreclosures and just trying to help people out in certain situations. And it's been crazy. It's been just investing in myself has been important. And right now, doing a couple of short sale deals, and yeah, it's been going good.
Nice, man. And so you trademarked the name Willie Short Sales, right?
Yeah, that's definitely trademarked.
So nobody else try to get that. All right.
It costs a lot of money to get that.
Right, and it's only going up. Price is only going up.
That's right. That's right.
All right, guys. First and foremost, thank you guys so much for the intros. I'm super grateful. I just want to let anyone know who's on this webinar. Okay, these guys are volunteering their time to be here with us today. And I remember when I was just getting started, I was always looking for experienced people that I could just learn from, right? That I could listen to, that I could hear their story, that I could hear their errors and their successes, so I could learn from them. And gentlemen, I appreciate you guys, and I'm super excited to be here with you. For all the live viewers, okay, make sure you do me a huge favor. This would not be successful without you guys. Please share this video with your friends. If you don't like me right now, just know I still love you. But by the end of this event, I promise you're going to have fun. You're going to learn some information. Anytime in the event that you hear something that was just like an aha moment, please hit that share button, like this video, and tag your friends. It just helps us grow the community, and we're super grateful for you as well. All right. So let's get started. Wholesaling, right? Can you do it with no money? Is it illegal? What is it? Wholesaling is the art of really finding motivated sellers that want to sell their properties, sometimes, hopefully majority of the time, at a discount price. You put it under contract, and then you sell that to someone who wants to pay more for what you have it under contract for. So in essence, you're flipping contracts, okay, in the real estate space.
Flip it.
Adam, we're going to get started with you, Mr. Flipper, okay? Take us back. Let's pretend we're newbies all over again, okay?
His license plate is flip it.
Oh, my goodness. Take us back to your first deal ever, right? Or first of all, answer this one first. What were you doing before you got into wholesaling? What were you doing before you got into wholesaling?
I was a hand model.
Okay.
Yeah, special niche, construction hand model.
What were you really?
From Sears catalog.
Is that weird?
No, it's fine, man. It's fine.
I was in the originally. I when I came out of school, or when I was in school, I was studying hospitality management, catering, and I went into the kitchen for God knows how many years. I was in the kitchen until probably until 1998. So about 10 years in the kitchen as a chef. Then went to the front of the house into catering for a good 12 years until 2012. If my numbers are right. And then said, screw it. I'm not working for the man anymore. I'm done working for people. Even though I had somewhat of a freedom, but I had no life, and working weekends and nights. Hey, your kid's here behind you. I had two choices. I always loved real estate. I always lived in New York City. I always grew up next to it, and I always wanted to own these buildings, and I still don't own them to this day. But Rome's not built in a day, so it's going to take some time. And I said, hey, let me give it a shot. And you might have heard this story before because you watch these late night stupid TV shows that you see on TV, and it's like, oh, you can flip these houses, make $50,000, and sell these contracts. Everybody has these shows. Everybody's an educational program. Listen, they started like you started, like Nick Tanks, it happened. It doesn't happen overnight. So it's going to take some time. And if that's what you're planning on doing, it is what it is. But whether it's fortune builders or whether it's we buy ugly houses or whether it's whoever these guys are, rich dad, poor daddy, or any of them out there,
Right.
Flip your whatever, flip your hat, flip this house, flip whatever it is.
Right.
And I got into one of those. I went to one of those 1 day things and those 3 day things, and I said, you know what? I give it a shot. And I started to learn and go out and network and meet as many people as I can. And what was the question again?
No,
how did I get into it?
You're doing great. I mean, so first of all, you grew up always driving around real estate in New York City and was like, yo, I want to own one of these someday. Right. Yeah. So that kind of led to the inspiration of like, okay, well, if I want to own some of these, I got to know what I'm owning. Therefore, you went to, one of those, what do they call them? Like 3 day weekend events.
Yeah, those late night soccer TV things and radio things.
Yeah, those. All right. And so after you went to this event, right, I'm sure they gave you some sort of education. Then you went out and started networking. What was your next thing? Like, how did you get into wholesaling from there?
Well, they start you off at wholesaling if you don't have money, because pretty much you in any kind of program you start in, if that's the way you go, you probably you're probably going at least you're probably putting down 30, 40, 50 grand.
Right.
So then you have no money left. So everybody starts you on wholesaling because that's the easy way to go. So yeah, put a few bandit signs up. You could do very limited marketing with your money if you have any. Fortunately, I had money, which was a good thing, even though I knew how to conserve it. So I didn't really just take all my money I had in the bank, which was a lot more than whatever I put down.
Right.
And I leveraged my credit cards and the 3-year 0 APR rate for $300. You could borrow $20,000 on this card and that card and this card and that card, and which I still do today. I bought a house on a credit card, 50 grand. It was 0%, $500. For that fee.
Right.
Can't do it anymore.
All right, that's some good info. So talk to me about your first wholesale deal, Adam. Tell me about your first wholesale deal. How did you find it?
First wholesale deal was I sent out a whole bunch of letters to out-of-state owners, or it would have been out-of-state owners or probate. Someone passed away, blah blah blah, and a priest called me out somewhere in Long Island. I forgot the town. It was many years ago, but I met this guy, a gentleman. I'm not going to say his name. But I met this guy at one of these little events that I put on,
right.
And I bullshitted my way. I fake it. I still fake it. Fake it till you make it. I'm still faking it. For all you know, I do. I tell you, I do 100 deals. I could do 3 for all you know.
Right.
I don't, but I do. I do more. I'm kidding. And I put on one of these small events in one of my groups, like a small little meeting in New York City, and a bunch of people came, like 10, 20 people. And I'm like, I introduced myself, blah blah blah. I said I'm doing this. I made shit up, and then this one guy gets up because I do about 50 a year. I had a big business back in the day and all this other stuff. I go, I want to hang out with this guy, and we knew he was serious. So I called. I had my partner at that time was my real estate attorney, and I said, go get him. Get him on our team, or at least on our side. Because he has an office. He's got people. He's got 3 people that work for him full time. He pays them a salary. Anyway, I went to him and I got this deal, and we finally became a little friendly. And I'm like, hey, and he was doing all the work himself. He was on the road meeting with clients and locking up deals right on site. He met with this priest. Locked it up. I don't even know what he locked it up for, but he goes, hey, I'll give you $2,500. I'm like, fine. Cost me nothing. It cost me $1,000 to do the whole, I think, campaign to send it the letters.
Right.
So I made $1,500. I was like, hey, this works. He probably made 25 grand.
Right.
Only I know that for a fact. I don't know for a fact. I know it just because I do a lot of business with him to this day, and I know how he is. No offense.
So I want to review that. So at first you sent out a direct mail marketing campaign, right? And you were targeting
Right.
leads, which are people who have passed away, in essence. Correct?
Correct.
Okay, and then
Probate.
from there, so at that time, did you get like any sellers calling you yet, or you went out to find a buyer?
I lost you.
You hear me?
Say that again. You a buyer?
Yeah. So at that time, right, you sent out a direct mail marketing campaign. So you were trying to generate leads. Did you have any leads that you were able to put under contract yet, or did you go out and find the buyer first? So did you get the deal first or the buyer first?
No, I had this guy that was experienced go out and lock up the deal with the seller first.
Got it.
Right?
Yep.
He locked up the deal.
From one.
I
of your
wasn't driving
campaigns.
around. I didn't know.
Yeah,
What?
this was from one of your campaigns, though, right?
Yeah. I said,
Got
listen, I got this deal. I think it's a good deal. The guy needs to sell it like in 2 weeks.
Yep.
His buddy passed away. He doesn't know what to do with it. It's a piece of crap, and he locked it up. He goes, I'll take care of it. I'll get it sold. I'm going to give you $2,500.
I love that, man. So in that first
nowadays I say, eat me. Give me 25 grand. We'll split it.
And I mean, you deserve it. You got way more experience. You know what the heck you're doing today.
Well, now I can just do it over the phone. It's a lot easier, but
Right.
and I don't even have to go out to the house. I could send someone, if I wanted to, I send guys $100 to go take pictures and report back to me, and that's it. If I want to, or it depends on the situation.
So that's I want to hit on kind of my gold nugget real quick. This is like the main point that I got from what Adam kind of shared, and I really think the value of like finding someone who has that more experience and that you can, in essence, trust, right, will literally pay off more than like any profit that you could ever make. And based off what Adam just shared, and let's think about it, guys. He got started. He was new. He found someone who was experienced. He did a deal with them. He didn't make a huge amount, but he made more than zero, which is a huge amount. Okay, so
Not about money.
First one. And then in addition to that, you still work with him today. So that relationship has lasted years from one transaction.
I made millions over years. I've lost it all, but I've spent it all. But in the long run, it could be millions in revenue, in sales commissions.
Exactly, man. That's a point that I'm taking. And I'm like, yo, find the right people that know what the heck they're doing and get in their circle. You are the average of the 5 people you hang out with, right?
Keep bothering them. Some people will say, screw you. Like, I'm an asshole sometimes, but you got to get me at the right time. I'm a good person, but I'm busy.
Yeah.
I'm busy.
You are a good person that is busy. We know that.
I mean well, but, and I definitely help out a lot of people in this world. Trust me, in this business. I go out of my way above and beyond that I should. And I don't ask for anything 90% of the time, unless it's a deal. All
right. Let's go over here to Dado. Dado, I know you've been in the game for a while. Talk to me about your first experience in real estate ever, which was with kind of another direct mail marketing company. What kind of company were you with prior to doing this on your own?
No, when I first started, I started buy and hold. I was working for IBM, so I started doing it on the side.
Yeah.
That's how I started, buy and hold. Because I didn't know anything about real estate. So when I started learning, and then I bought my franchise with the Home Investor. We buy ugly houses. Also I want to say congratulations to Jason Rivera. He just closed on his first deal today.
Yeah, where's that at? Let me pull that up. Here we go. Ready, everyone? Let's give it up for my man Jason. Just closed the deal. Jason, shoot me a message on Facebook. Let me know how it went, bro. Thank you, Dado, for that.
I'm curious how long it took him.
Yeah, Jason, let us know how long it took you. All right, go ahead, Dado.
And then I started with Home Investor. I learned a lot, but then when my contract was over, I didn't want to renew it because of all the fees and the way they do business. So I started doing it on my own, and and I have, like I said, this meetup that I run in local market upstate. And you're asking me about. I wish I could remember my first.
If you don't remember the exact first one, give me like one of the beginning ones.
Yeah.
You know, like how'd you generate the lead?
No, I'm like I invest like very traditional. You know, like I like to go to the house, talk to the seller. You know, I'm face to face. You know, that's how I've been. You know, I never buy from like other wholesalers, or I like to do it the traditional way. You know,
Right.
but you know, like I remember one deal that I liked. It was a wholesale where I closed on the house. It was in a nice neighborhood. The guy also passed away. I was buying it from the kids, and he was a hoarder. And but the neighborhood was very nice. And I went, you know, to my club. I spoke. I told the people that I have a house on a wholesale, and one guy said he's interested. So I took him to the house the next day. I mean, and I just signed the contract the day before.
Right.
And we agreed on the price, and then we signed a contract like within 2 days.
Wow. And
That was like one of the ones I remember because I really liked the house, and it was a nice neighborhood, you know.
yeah, so for you, when you were when you were just getting started, were you targeting a lot of nice neighborhoods, or were you just going after any deal possible?
Yeah, I mean, first I didn't know anything. I was just wanted to, you know, looking at how much you get in rent, and can I cover my mortgage? That's how I was thinking, you know. And you know, as long as I'm making money every month and paying the mortgage, that's how I was working it in the beginning.
Yeah, because in the beginning you were after cash flow, right?
Yeah.
Got it.
And at the time when I started, the market was like very hot. I mean,
yeah, 06, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when one of the houses that I bought in the beginning, like we signed a contract, and before I do the closing, somebody, I mean, I didn't know at the time there was something called wholesaling, you know. Somebody offered me 50,000 over what I bought it, and I didn't even close on the house, and and I was like shocked, you know, that could happen, but I didn't sell it to him because.
Oh, you didn't sell it to him? Why not?
Because you know, I wanted, because I was, you know, my mindset was buy and hold, you know.
Right.
But now I'm different, you know. You know, I use, you know, when I buy the house, I don't have like a set strategy with it. Whatever comes first, whether flipping, wholesaling, hoteling, I just go for it, you know.
I think that's a gold nugget right there, because it's like you don't see it with like a blind eye. You're more like, what's the opportunity here, and let's do it.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, is it a fix and flip? Is it a buy and hold? Do I need to refer it to a realtor? Can I wholesale it? Whatever makes sense. I'm the guy you need to talk to because I can get this done for you.
Yeah.
That's powerful, man. I like that. And
Yeah.
so I guess kind of like in the early days, right? So in 2006, you were more focused on buy and holds. Is that accurate?
Yes.
So when did you make the transition into like really starting to do wholesaling, or like one of the first wholesale deals like on your own?
You know, then the market crashed, and then when I bought the franchise, you know, and I started doing deals, you know, by rehabbing, stuff like that. That's when I started doing it and learning and networking and meeting people like Adam. And
We almost did a deal together. Mount Vernon, I remember.
yeah. And so that's, you know, and I've been doing a lot of, you know, like now, for example, you know, the problem is when you start, it's very hard. But now, like, for example, I don't use my money anymore. When I mean, even though I'm losing a lot of money on a deal, I mean, I'm not losing. I'm saying I'm
not making as much.
As much, yes. What I do, I always partner up with somebody, you know. So I remove the risk from me. I mean, that's how I feel. It's not like removing it, because I buy at a good price and I make money, but I'm always splitting the profit with somebody else, you know. Somebody with the money, you know. I don't have to use my own money.
Yeah, I think
people don't like that. That they told me, I'm leaving a lot of money on the table, but
Who cares?
who cares? Yeah, I like it. That way.
But the question is how much risk do you have involved?
Yeah, that's good.
Because
Less
it's risk.
pressure. I like it. I like it because it's a lot less pressure. Like let's say with hard money and the time pressure that you have to pay back, and with another investor, you just wait till the end and split the profit.
Right. So, in terms of like the partner up, do you also do that with wholesaling? You partner up as well with wholesaling?
It depends. I mean, if I have, if I have to put a big down payment. But
how much is big? Like, because I know New York's numbers are a little bigger than Jersey and Philly.
Yeah, but also I want to tell you, like, when I buy the house, my end goal is not just wholesaling. I buy it. If I get the opportunity to wholesale it, I do it. Because I have to have somebody willing and ready. So I always have. I don't have one exit strategy. I don't want to get stuck. So if I don't get someone to wholesale it, I could, wholesale it or fix it and flip it.
And for anyone who doesn't know what wholesaling is, what is that?
Well, basically, you take it, you clean it, maybe put a coat of paint on it, and and just put it back on the market.
Yeah, so it's like you're doing like a lipstick, like you're barely spending any money on the renovation. You're just cleaning it out and relisting it, right?
Yeah.
And do you actually buy it during that time, or do you not buy it?
Yes, I do buy it. Yes.
Okay,
I'm not gonna touch it if I don't have to buy it.
I like it, man. All right, let's go over here to Willie. Willie, 2 years into the business, man, you got a nice hat. I can tell things are growing for you, baby. Your first deal was actually recently, because it was within the past 2 years. So talk to me about what you were doing before you got into real estate first.
Yeah, so I didn't really know anything about real estate 2 years ago. All I know, I wanted to stop renting an apartment and buy a house. So I was living in Staten Island, New York. Shout out to Staten Island, the forgotten borough. Hey. And then I started looking in Jersey to buy a house. And as the realtor was showing me houses, I was calculating numbers in my head. I'm like, it's going to cost me like $3,000 a month to pay a mortgage. And, it didn't really sit right with me. So I read Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And that book like changed my mindset, my perspective, everything really. And then I started really diving into more books about real estate, and then I started going to mixed events, and then it started learning about wholesaling because I wanted to invest. I remember you asked me when I first met you at an event, you're like, what do you want to do? Cash flow, fixing, flipping, wholesaling, and I'm like, I don't fucking know. I was like, I just want to make money. But I guess I figured it out by networking with people that were already doing it. And, that was back in November of 2018. That's when I went to one event. And then by January of 2019 is when I got in contact. One of my friends' fathers reached out to me and said, I know he was actually the property manager of the deal, of the house. And he's like, this lady, she's looking to sell because the tenants are giving her a hard time. And I was like, okay, we can definitely, buy it. I was going into the deal as I had like $1 million in my bank account. Like I was actually going to buy it. And I realized by doing that, it actually just made me believable to the seller. Like I'm buying the deal. I didn't tell her I was wholesaling it. Told her I was buying it. So then,
Willie, before you get into that, how did you even find this deal? You want to talk about that?
Yeah. It was it was my friend's father who was the property manager. So she introduced me to him, and we started talking about everything, and really connecting. And he really just, basically gave me the lead, which back then I didn't even know that was actually a lead. That's the definition of a lead. Most people don't even realize like that was a lead. You get leads every single day and you don't even really know it. People just talk and it's like, oh, like someone just died. I heard the other day, like my friend's friend father passed away. And I was like, I'm really sorry to hear that, but did he own the house? And it's just like, those are all leads in essence, but whatever. So that's where I got the lead from. To answer your question.
Yeah. So first of all, you're stacking your database because your database can be leads from any industry. You never know when someone wants to buy or sell. That's an awesome point. So when you met this property manager, did you tell him like, hey, I buy houses? Like, how was that conversation with him?
Absolutely. Yeah. I told him that I'm in the business of buying houses and we definitely help her out because she lived in Florida and the house was in Staten Island. So she was an absentee landlord, and he was basically the property manager taking care of the property, dealing with the tenants and everything. And the tenants were really giving her a hard time. They were scaring her. They were suing her. It was just a crazy situation. That was in January of 2019. And then there was actually mold in the basement. There was mold in the basement. I think we lost Adam.
I'll bring him up.
There was mold in the basement, and that was another reason why she wanted to sell it, because it was going to cost like $30,000. And I was like, don't worry, leave the mold. We'll take care of it, because not really knowing anything about real estate, it was like if the property is distressed or it has mold, that's a good deal. So that's what I thought. So I was like, yeah, we'll take care of it. Don't worry about it. But the property, like we were going to go into contract. The contracts went back and forth through email, but as the seller was going to sign it, the property manager actually convinced the seller not to sell, and he actually, him and his business partner, fixed the mold in the basement, whatever. They were trying to like do some shady stuff. Long story short, I didn't get the contract, but I kept in touch with the seller because I got her number and the property manager, and sure enough, I was in January of 2019, February, March, April, May. I would every month I would just send a text, hey, how are you? Hope all is well, blah, blah, blah. And sure enough, May came around. They called me back and said, these tenants are really giving me a problem. Well, we're ready to sell now. So I was like, okay, because back in January, we negotiated a price, which I knew was just way too high. And then when they called me back in May, I learned more. For like 5 months, I was going to the events every 2 weeks. It was at deal night. I was I was meeting people, I was learning. So by the time she called me back in May, I was a little smarter. And I said, okay, that's great. I'm definitely still interested, but it's not going to be at that price. So I think the price back in January was $225, single family home. May, we negotiated it. We came to an agreement on 200, so 25,000 off the price, right? But that was just the beginning. So we went into contract at 200, and then these crazy tenants were just crazy. So after doing my due diligence and seeing the property, I realized that we actually needed it at a cheaper price. So
cheaper than the 200?
Cheaper than 200,
so
yeah.
225 down to 200 after like 5 months. And then even then, you still weren't at the right price.
In my head, we weren't at the right price. I guess.
Tell me what happened next.
So, I talked to the seller. Actually, the property manager was really negotiating for the seller because she was in Florida. And he had an interest in the deal too. So it was like a conflict of interest. And he was trying to like extort me. He was like trying to make side deals with me on the side and all this crazy stuff. And, but then, after, checking everything out, me and the seller, I negotiated down from 200 down to 176. Okay. And then 170.
Was it a good deal then or no?
What'd you say?
Was it a good deal then or no?
It was a really good deal at 176.
All right.
And then I actually had to get the tenants out. While this whole thing is going on, it all was contingent on getting the tenants out because I couldn't sell the deal. All my buyers, I just started. I didn't have a buyer's list. I was going down to the auction houses. I built relationships with investors at the auctions, but not a lot of people really wanted to touch it with the tenants in it.
Right.
So I was like, listen, this deal can actually be worth more. I could sell it for more if I can actually figure out a way to get the tenants out. So, the tenants, it was two young guys in their 20s, a dog, 3 cats, and a mother that was disabled that needed to have a wheelchair accessible ramp for her new apartment. They needed certain things in their new apartment, or they weren't leaving because they were in like a lawsuit with the seller. They hated her. They were trying to make her life miserable. But I built some rapport with them. I spent nights not nights, but I was go to their house and really have conversations.
Is that what you're about to say? You spent nights with them?
No. I became friends with the tenants because I had to get them on my side, to really trust me and really like me. So, it cost me. I remember. So I found them apartment. I was reaching out to realtors. Listen, I need an apartment. Actually, no. First, I was reaching out to realtors trying to find buyers. But at the same time, I was trying to incentivize them by, hey, if you find the tenants an apartment, I'll get you the deal or give you a commission. I was just trying to figure out something where I can just get some help. And found an apartment, 3 apartments. They didn't like it. Found 2 more apartments. They loved it. It fell through. And my contract had a date on it, expiration date on it. So, wait, actually, no, let me back up. Found 2 apartments.
First deal?
What'd you say?
Is this your first deal?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll speed up a little bit. So I found them an apartment. I needed first month's rent, first month's security to get these tenants into the apartment. But I had no money. So I was putting it on the end buyer to pay it. He didn't want to pay it. I raised the $5,000 to get these tenants into the apartment. Got them out of the apartment, and then the property was vacant. Found a buyer and sold it.
Just like that, huh?
Yeah.
Listen, guys, if that's the craziest beginner's deal you've ever heard, 1 through 10, how crazy is that? Put it in the comment section. Let me know how crazy that deal is.
We started off in January at 225. I got it down to 176, and then sold it to the end buyer for 225. I made that spread, so it was a pretty good deal.
Man, dude,
It's like a $40K wholesale fee.
that is here we go. Jason saying 10. That's a 10 on the crazy scale.
Yeah.
There's another one, 11 on the crazy scale. Okay, yeah. It's definitely everyone's saying 10 and 11.
I think he took one for the team. Willie took one for the team on that.
Yeah.
He definitely did. So, Willie, this being your first deal ever, right? What was it like when you went to renegotiate? Because I'm sitting here thinking, like me as a newbie, as someone who's new to the wholesaling space, you don't know very much. You don't have very much education. You really don't know much about contracts or anything like that. And not only that, you're really here to help serve people. And so you meet the seller, you build a relationship with them, they like and trust you. What happened whenever, you had to ask for like 20, then down to $40,000 lower than what you originally agreed upon? Like what was the thought process in your mind during that time frame?
I guess back then I was kind of like looking for reasons to use to justify why I needed it cheaper. And the tenants were a big reason. I kept saying that these tenants, if I buy this deal, these tenants in New York, it takes years to do evictions. And like right now, you can't even evict anybody in New York. But, in New York, I mean, you can't evict someone for a year, maybe 2 years, So I told her, I said, listen, if I take over this property, because I'm going in with the mindset of I'm buying it. If I take over this property, I'm going to have to really give these tenants, cash for keys, or, they could screw me on staying in the house for a year, 2 years. So, I kind of I used that as an excuse, a reason to really negotiate down, and it worked. It was actually a valid reason too.
Yeah. So for you were looking for a valid reason, and you had plenty of them to get the deal done. and you weren't afraid.
But I think mostly it was I built so much rapport with the seller and she trusted me and she liked me that, that played a big part in it too.
I love it, man. You're definitely a teddy bear, I love you, brother. All right. So talk to me about this last part of the equation, the buyer. Did you tell them that you had it for $225 and that you renegotiated $40,000 down? What was the conversation like with the buyer, and how'd you guys come up with your price to sell it to him at?
Yeah, I went through like 10 buyers. That was a mess. Like it was like in the beginning it was like I don't want to show. I had the lawyer that I had. He never did assignments, so he didn't have assignment contracts.
Oh.
My contract was a mess. I would email the lawyer my lawyer would email it to their lawyer, and they saw what I had it in contract for, and then they had a problem with that, and then that buyer backed out, and then I got another buyer, and I mean just selling the deal was a complete mess.
It happens every day.
Yeah.
Every deal.
Okay, so it's every deal. Okay, so it's not just the first deal. It makes me feel a lot better.
Every single deal, unless you know these buyers in and out,
right?
Which we do, but there's always that random buyer that wants to pay more.
That was a big thing with me, like with the buyers. Like it was like a trust thing. Like they didn't trust me, I didn't trust them. So I realized, like, once you trust like your buyers when you're selling it, it's a lot easier to get rid of the deal because you trust them. They can close. You're nervous that they're gonna lock you down for 3 weeks and your contract's about to expire. So it's like a trust thing that you really got to get over the hump with. So I learned that during that process. So, but
that's awesome.
Yeah. So
Elijah.
Yes.
There is a Nashid Alan. He's saying he has a problem with his tenants.
So yeah, Nishid, if you have a problem with your tenants, let's do this. At the very end of the event, we're gonna end this. We're gonna finish around like 8:30, 8:40. Have your question ready. So whatever you want answered, I'll ask it for Dado and Willie and Adam, and we'll see what they have to say over your problem.
Yeah, if you could put in what's his problem.
It's an easy fix to tenants. I got an answer.
Do me a favor, bro. Put your put your question in the comment section, and we'll pin it up at the end. All right. Okay. So let me hit.
It's real simple. With tenants, I learned I'm a tenant. So it's like you gotta become friends with them, honestly, and find them another place. Tenants have no place to go. So if you're trying to get them out of the house, find them a place to go, and that will actually speed up the process.
That's so true, man. I love that. But yeah, let's hit on that more at the end because this is a wholesaling event, boys. All right, here we go. Willie, let me hit my golden nugget. I think the power of being able to build that relationship with the seller in a way where if you have to ask for a renegotiation, you're able to just to get the deal done. I learned a tremendous amount from you in terms of like the perseverance of like, yo, we're at 220. I got to come down another 20,000. And even then, like, it's still not like a good deal. And so like, there's so many problems with this. We got to get down even more again. So many wholesalers, first of all, they're scared to put properties under contract because they're afraid they're going to get it for the wrong price. Well, guess what? Willie had it under contract for the wrong price twice. Okay. And then if you have it under contract for the wrong price, it's very simple. Just do what Willie did and ask them if they can give you a better, like you need a better price. Don't ask, tell them you need a better price. That's one of my gold nuggets from Willie's segment. So Willie, thank you for that. Adam putting his hands together. All right, guys. So let's transition here, okay? We got about another 30 minutes with each other. So I want to know what's business like today, right? We are now in the after hours of COVID. Has there been any impact? First of all, let's start off with Adam. Adam, what are you doing, buddy? You over here trimming your hair? As soon as COVID hit, Adam, what was your thoughts on the wholesale market? As soon as COVID hit, did you think there's gonna be a lot of deals, no deals, a pause? What was
this is what I'm seeing. You could listen to every expert, you could watch, you could study the data, which doesn't really exist still. New York's a special city. So you could really, you can't sit there and look at Jersey. You can't sit there and look at Long Island. You could look at New York City because that's the lifeline of this area. So, you know, you could see how things are selling, what things are doing, and that trickles down to the burbs, right? So, you know, when this whole thing happened and they shut down the whole world, or, you know, pretty much New York City, and, you know, schools are down, people are leaving, they're moving out to the burbs, you know, they're not renegotiating their leases or releasing their apartments or whatever it might be. And people are moving out to the burbs, right? Westchester, Jersey, Long Island, wherever. And there's bidding wars going on right now, still to this day, for decent houses. I'm not talking, I'm talking renovated houses and houses that you can move into. I'm not talking fixer-uppers, because I don't even look at the MLS for fixer-uppers because I don't buy from there. You know, you look at Manhattan, the condo market, and the real estate market, the co-op market, anything new builds, all that crap going up, these high rises, these guys are shit out of luck. Anywhere in New York City, Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, they're shitting their pants. No offense to anybody here, because no one's buying it. So when this happened, you know, I'm listening to people in my business, people on podcasts, reading stuff that comes in every day, and you know, everybody's like, "Oh, buy and holds, wholesaling's out. You can't wholesale it. You're just going to rehab and sell, sell." You know, the wholesaling, it's you know, and we learned from Sandy. You know, when Sandy hit, we learned from 2008, 2009, when the banks killed us and shut down the markets. We learned from 9/11, you know, and that's this history we look at, and that's what I looked at, and that's what I could look at still to this day and say it's a 10 to 15% swing down, and that's just data in the New York, even the New Jersey market, I'm sure.
So Adam, what you kind of just shared is that, like, anytime some like I know this is like one of the first like pandemics,
anything big like this where people run.
Right, there's like a 10 to 15% swing,
give or take, in areas, in certain areas.
Mm-hmm.
Anywhere there's great schools and good areas, it doesn't budge. It really doesn't. You know, things will always sell. Anywhere in Brooklyn, as much as you think, you know. And I asked today because I have a court case. I have a case right now, and I went to one of my good brokers, even though I'm pretty good at running comps and stuff. I just wanted a second and third opinion because he's the #1 guy in Brooklyn and Queens every year. You know, he literally took listings in Brooklyn and Queens. He took 17 listings during the last 3 months on Zoom.
Fire.
How do you get 17 listings on a Zoom? Not meeting the client or seeing the damn house and selling 15 of them.
Yeah, man.
I trust him. Good friend of mine for years. Who I networked with and met him at one of these events, by the way.
Oh,
anyway,
shout out.
He goes, I pulled everything in this zip code, and this has been going on for 7 months. I've been dealing with this. This is a disaster. This is a whole nother story. This thing over and it's in Bed-Stuy over on and I have a call with our attorneys tomorrow, 8:15 a.m.
Are any of us allowed to be on that with you if we wanted to hear it?
If you want to be on it, it's going to cost you. You want to cover to $7.95 an hour?
Yeah, maybe. We'll talk later. It's
a litigation. Yeah, 2 attorneys are going to be on it. My regular attorney and my litigation attorney.
Right. So for you, what you've experienced is that.
Let me finish that thought here. I know you think I'm drunk and all. I'm not. I'm totally sober. So he said, Adam, you know, this zip code anywhere in Brooklyn, nothing has moved. You know, it's been steady and things are selling. You know, which I tend to believe them in decent areas. You know, even though the schools aren't really good, but things will always sell in Bed-Stuy and Bushwick and Park Slope and all these other places. So, you know, it's a good thing. You know, so, and hence why the meeting tomorrow, you know, is I really gotta look at look at these numbers because, I've been tied up for a year in this property. And now the other attorney reached out to us, and after 4 months, they're like, hey, we'll give it to you for this. I'm like, what do you mean give it to us for this? No, we want to sell it to you. We don't want to be involved in this anymore. Now there's a state issue. So back to the whole point is the market in New York City is horrible. The rental market is horrible. You're buying a condo, you're buying a condo, you're buying anything related to any rentals, you could get great deals. If you're buying a trophy property, anything that's worth $50 million, you could get it for 25. If you're overseas and you want to put your money to work, if you're wholesaling in the boroughs, you're not getting a deal. People are still asking retail and above. They think they're sitting on gold. The problem we have here, Elijah, is that we are too new to this. We're only 3 to 4 months in.
Yep.
We haven't really seen any kind of effect on people getting really back to work yet, even if they have a job yet. Most people have a decent living, and most people have been getting paid. The average Joe at a job gets paid a lot more sitting on their fucking ass, excuse my language, with $600 from the government or the state and another $500 from unemployment. So you're getting $1,100 a week sitting on your ass, not working. Now, why do they want to go back to work when they make 50 grand on their ass, sitting on their ass for the next year? I don't know. That's a whole other topic. So when you see it now that people, whether they're paying rent or not paying their mortgage, we really haven't seen yet because after 3 months you start to see NODs. So
exactly, yeah. So it's
we don't see after 90 days. And these banks are like, we'll give you a deferment of 3 months and then hit you with you're gonna have to pay it back in 3 months. Who's gonna have that type of money? We haven't gotten to work yet,
right?
Nor can we get PPP, nor can we get all these loans that you guys are giving out free money to the rich, that don't even need it. And I'm a little worried, and I think that you're going to see a big drop, and Willie's going to maybe capture a lot of the short sales, and all this other stuff. But again, we're in a tough market in New York. Dado, maybe not. Upstate, they're a little more smart, a little more giving. Down here, they're not.
Yeah,
I think that's a good perspective. All right, so I have like 3 more minutes with you, Adam. So what's like 1 or 2 ways that you're generating leads today in the current market right now?
I don't need it. They just call. I don't need to generate leads.
Okay, so wait.
I didn't send out any. Since I haven't sent out any direct mail, I still have my guy. You know how I work. I utilize everybody else. I try not to spend any of my time and money on anything. I have everybody else do the work, and I just try to collect the money and take less money. My same guy does all the Facebook and Google pay-per-click and SEO and drives traffic into my database, and I get all all my leads in Podio, and it's pretty steady. Granted, it's listen, you gotta siphon through them, you gotta go through them, you gotta call them, you gotta motivated, non-motivated. Out of 100, let's say 60 people I talk to a week, or my team talks to a week, if I get 1 or 2 of them closed, I'm happy.
Right. So for you, Adam, you like to partner up with people who are like experts in like Facebook ads, Google ads, that like specialize in that stuff.
Well, that guy, that specific partner is gets a fee if we close.
Right.
If I take those leads that I get, 90% of my wholesaling is done by me. Anything that I rehab, I'll partner up.
Got it.
Anything that requires legal issues that are extreme, I'll partner up because I know that it requires a buttload of cash, and I don't want to come out of, and you have to come out of pocket on that. No one's loaning me that money. It's not like I can't get a hard money loan or a private lender loan with a note on that. So that's what we do on that. But back to the whole point. I don't know what the point was, but yeah, we're not spending any direct mail money. It's strictly online, Facebook, SEO. And that's how people even think nowadays. I mean, yeah, people look at the mail, people do all that stuff. We'll get back into it, but now is not the time to be doing that and wasting money on it when people are always online looking for stuff.
That's a very good point. It's like the markets have changed dramatically, and it's you're adapting to the time. So I love that. So Adam, last question for you. In terms of the buyers that you have today, are they? I mean, I would assume so, but are they still actively buying today, right now?
They are, but they're all, listen. Everybody's a buyer, everybody's an investor, everybody wants something. When you have a deal, when you send it out, there's certain deals I send out. There's certain deals I don't send out. I mean, I can send out 5 deals at a time, which I generally try not to. There's certain deals I help people I'll send out. I try not to. But when I send out a deal, I was testing the market on one of my deals in Hempstead. I just wanted to see where the market was at because it was a COVID deal. And this was right at the beginning. And, everybody's lowballing me. Hey, you still have that deal? You still have that deal? I'll pay you a lot more. I'll pay you more than what you were asking. I'll pay you $10,000 more. I'm like, no, it's in contract, dude. It's in contract. I'm sorry, I'm closing. No, I'll pay you more. Get out of the contract. I'm like, I'm not getting out of the fucking contract. Are you kidding? I'm going to go through another lawsuit? I've been through this before. You think I want to deal with that? Right. I'm not getting out of the contract. I'm happy with my money. I'm not greedy, and I'm not going to burn bridges. It's not my deal.
Exactly.
Just to make you happy, you had the opportunity. I gave you the contract. You didn't want to sign it. And you get these guys that come out of nowhere, and they're a dime a dozen. They start knocking on doors, which is totally illegal during this time of COVID. And I look some of these guys up. You put one of the deals up on one of these Facebook sites just to see how people react. It's also to get buyers because they come out of the woodwork because 99.9% of the buyers out there don't do shit.
Right.
That's the truth. There's a very small percentage of buyers, whether it's New York, New Jersey, and Alaska, wherever. There's only a few people that actually do stuff.
Exactly.
Or at least buy from us. Out of my 2,000 buyers on my list, there's 20.
It's like 1%.
No, 20 people.
Right.
That's probably 2% or 0.02%, whatever it is.
Right. That's great. No, I appreciate that information. And yeah, I do agree. We're still kind of early in the process just to see what will pan out. But we will have you back on this way we can figure out with the next few months because hopefully we'll start seeing something then.
I hate to be in a negative Nelly, man, but I have a good feeling that you're going to see a crash coming up soon. And it's not going to be that bad, but. People are you're gonna see a big problem with people having trouble paying their damn mortgage, and that's the fact. Yeah, it is.
That is.
And I'm not no smart guy here. It's just read the papers.
Yep.
Listen to the news. And I don't listen to CNN. That's not a news station, but listen to the news. Basic news.
I love it. All right, thanks, Adam.
Sorry, red and blue states. I'm not a political guy, but
no, you're good. You're good. All right, let's go over to
what to put out.
Let's go over to Dado. Dado, what is kind of what's I want to hit with you a little bit differently. So what's like a major lead generation source for you right now that's working with getting deals, whether they're buy and hold, fix and flip, or wholesale deals?
Yeah, I've been doing now strictly Facebook ads.
Facebook ads.
Yes, I used to do direct mail, but now Facebook ads are a lot cheaper and just more cost effective, and you reach more people
with an ad, right? With the Facebook ad.
Yeah.
So did you completely cut off direct mail and it's like only Facebook ads right now? So you went like all in on it?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh wow.
And because there's so much negativity in mail, and also like a lot of people don't like getting mails. That comes with the job anyway. But in Facebook, they enter their information themselves and comes to you, and you just call them and solve their problem.
Absolutely. I love
Yeah.
that. And so the Facebook ads, did you learn this on your own? Did you hire someone to teach you it? How'd you learn Facebook ads?
Oh no, I have somebody who does it for me.
Got it.
Yeah, I'm not. And in this business, you have to delegate. You can't do stuff on your own. I mean, that's how I learned. I delegate everything. I try to do as little as possible.
So are you do you have someone like in house that's like picking up the phone or calling these people once the lead is generated, or like how do you handle that process?
No, I call myself the first contact, and I try to set up the meeting. But to follow up, I have the VA for follow up for me.
Got it.
I like to start the relationship from the beginning between, like I said, I'm like very traditional.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
I love it. I love traditional, baby. Come on.
Yeah. So, and I want to tell you about our market. We don't have a lot of inventory after the COVID. I guess a lot of people, especially from New York City, start moving upstate. Which is like totally different from the first crash. After the first crash, everybody wanted to move to New York City. And I thought, my gosh, the suburbs going to be empty. Everybody wants to walk to their job. Everybody, want to be next to a coffee shop. And everybody was moving to the city after the crash. And now it's the opposite,
Right. Everyone's moving out in a way.
Yeah. So now everybody wants to be in the country. They don't want to be next to anybody.
Yeah.
They want to have,
So Dado, whenever you so you have this lead, right? It comes in through a Facebook ad. Someone has a question that I'm going to post it up here in a second. But when you're on the phone with the seller, right? What's that process like? Like, are you like super direct, super specific? What's kind of like your style for negotiating and figuring out if it's a good deal?
Here's what I do. Like this is very important. Like as soon as I get the lead, I mean, of course, I have to call right away. Because a lot of times if you give them more than 10 minutes, sometimes we lose the lead. So I try. This is a very important point for me. As soon as I get the lead, I call. Some people are like surprised. I just clicked enter. And I have a line that I use. I say, "Oh, our company required us that we reach out right away," stuff like that. So he doesn't feel weird,
Right.
Because if you're gonna wait, you're gonna lose them, And for some reason, I don't know why, but that's what happens,
Dado, do you want to do like a live example call right now? I can have Willie be the seller.
Oh my gosh, first of all.
Is it after hours right now? Too late?
Go ahead if you want to do it.
All right, let's do it.
For me, let me tell you, before we do it, for me, I try to be friendly and I want to try to get to the meeting,
Right.
I want to try because I'm good face to face, I'm self-conscious of my accent, kind of.
Do it.
What do you guys
Willie, do you want to do this or Adam's doing it? Who's doing it?
I think Adam can do this.
All right, Adam,
What are we role playing? What are we role playing?
Yeah, we're role playing. Adam, you're the motivated seller. You're an old lady. You own the house for 30 years. Single family. Dado, where's your favorite market in the whole entire world? Favorite market that you invest in?
My favorite market?
Yeah, what's the favorite one?
Orange County.
Orange County. Okay, you're 80-year-old lady. Single family in Orange County. Let's run this. Dado, ring the phone.
Yeah. Hello.
Hi. Is this you guys buy houses?
Yes. How are you, ma'am?
Hey, what's your name?
My name is Dado.
Dado.
Yeah.
What kind of name is that?
So how are you today, ma'am?
What kind of name is that, kid?
No, can I speak to your husband?
No, he's dead. Dead, long dead. Dado.
Yes.
Yeah, what kind of name is Dado?
It's a beautiful name.
Where you from?
I'm from Orange County.
No, yeah, okay. That's all right. That's where my house is.
Great. So tell me about your house.
My house is next to the prison over by I forgot already. I haven't been out in a while. Over by where's the prison again? There's a prison.
Otisville. Otisville? Is that what?
Oh, Otisville, yes, near the horses. I got a house. I've been in one room. My son locked me up in there a little while ago, and
Wow.
he's dead too. And I have 2 dead bodies in the house. You buy houses with dead bodies?
Yes. I wish I went with Willie, to tell you the truth, ma'am.
Willie. Who's Willie?
It was a better lead. A better lead, that's all.
Yeah, Adam, that's you're too exaggeration right now.
No, this is exactly what I deal with sometimes. So I'm just giving them the facts.
This actually happens all the time. Like literally, like especially older people. You'll get it. I've been on. This is why I've been trying to learn how to get off
What
the
you
phone.
say, Willie?
Yeah, it's Willie. You remember me? I actually know your son. We went to high school together.
You know,
I can talk older people. Like I'm really good on the phone with older people. I'll talk to them for hours because I've learned that older people, they don't talk to people that much. So if they're motivated, they want to sell your house, talk to them give them some time. And hours, literally.
Well, I must say, we do have a comment that says this is better than Tiger King. So I'm glad you guys are role playing for us.
Where are we going with this anyway? What was the whole point I'm going with?
it was a mock call, but you ruined it, Adam.
I had a good lady going.
No, you're good. You guys are good. So first of all, I really like that because it's like it's like right in the beginning. First of all, Dado's leads are people who are like already interested. So it's not like a cold call where he has to like explain himself or none of that stuff yet. It's more they've already submitted their information, and now it's just okay. Let's get on the phone. Let's see if it's a good fit. So I think like Facebook ads, I definitely got to look more into.
Do you notice like that more people want to buy houses than sell on the Facebook ads?
No,
you get a lot of.
I mean my ads are specifically targeted.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not. Yeah, the sellers.
Yeah, you're talking about maybe like a real estate agent, the way they do it, but that's not. I'm actually telling them I want to buy your house.
Got it.
So quick question, because I know as a wholesaler, right, this is something that's kind of not discussed. But when you're on the phone with the sellers, how are you guys evaluating rehabs? We'll start off with Dado. Like, how do you figure out what the rehab is? Do you come up with it over the phone, or do you go out? Do you have to go out and see it? How do you evaluate rehabs?
Because again, I want to say that word traditional. I like, you talk to people, you get as much information, you let them, you let them talk, and a lot of times you want to go to the house and it's going to be totally different, than what they're explaining. They think everybody thinks their house is the best house, and you just have to establish rapport and offer.
Right, I love that. And then so for your wholesale stuff today, what's it like selling the deals today? Is it easier to sell today? Is it harder to sell today for you, specifically with wholesaling?
No, it's not hard. I mean, like you buy at the right price, it shouldn't be hard to sell, And especially, like I said, I've been in this market for a long time, so I know people. I'm at a point where I know a lot of people. Like a lot of investors, and which was very hard for me in the beginning. Now it's a lot better. Where I could reach out to people and make offer.
Right. I love that. And are any of the people that you've wholesaled to, like, have they become, because I know you also buy, like, have they became private lenders at all in your business?
I know a couple of people who became private lenders, and they loved it. I mean, actually, I know this one guy, he just stopped doing flip and became just private lender, like well, I mean, not like private, I mean, you know, like a hard money lender, you know.
Right.
And he does it on a local market, you know.
I get it. I love it. All right.
Yeah.
Let's transition here to Willie. We got about another 5 to 10 minutes with Willie. Listen, guys, we're gonna get to all your questions here at the end. So at like 8:30, 8:35, please post all your questions in the comment section. Post them now so I can pin them up so we can get them answered. If you have a specific question for one of the speakers, let me know that in the comment section as well. So post the questions in the comment section right now. All right, Willie. Short sale king, baby. Talk to me about what lead generation is like for you today.
Okay. It's been so lead generation today is a lot of referrals. Referrals have been coming in for the short sale part of the business. It's been referrals. We're getting ready to close some of those deals the end of this month and middle of August. So I'm super excited about those deals that will be closing finally. But we hired a couple of VAs that are doing cold calling overseas, and you know we're testing text messaging right now, which I'm hearing around the industry that it actually is really good. We'll see, but cold calling is our main lead source.
And is there like a specific list that you're targeting, and how do you find this list?
Yeah, so right now we were targeting pre-foreclosures. We're actually trying to figure out probates. The data for probate, we're trying to really get our hands on it because, unfortunately, during the past couple of months, you know, a lot of people have died. And, you know, it's sad as can be, you know, what's been going on. But a lot of these people that have passed away are owned homes. And, you know, their family members are left to deal with these problems, and you know that's where we come in and we really look to you know take it off their hands. So we're really trying to get our hands on that data, which we have a guy that's that's really good at that. So it's gonna be a good thing to try to get our hands on that motivation right there, probates.
So question, because I feel like if I'm calling a probate lead, right? Someone just died and I answer the phone, I'm the seller, and I'm like this dude's calling me about my house right now, but I'm going through a death. Like how do you handle that conversation?
Yeah, it's real easy actually. I've spoken to many sellers that literally picked up the phone and their husband just died yesterday. And when the motivation is there, they're gonna talk to you. It's really easy to have a conversation with them. And again, I like talking to people, so they'll sit on the phone like they're gonna vent out what just happened. You know, they need somebody right there. So even though their husband, wife, you know, brother or sister died, they still have this big problem on their hands, and those people are easy to talk to. Other people, you know, that are not motivated, you know, they're gonna hang up on you, and it's not that easy, you know, and you just keep going. It's a numbers game, honestly. But I've spoken to many people that are, you know, motivated, and it wasn't that hard.
So for you, are you making the conversation about the property, or are you making it about kind of their life when you're on the phone with them?
It's so weird. I go off their vibe when like I break that ice at the beginning, and then I let them vent, and within the first 30 seconds, I try to see where the conversation is going to go, and then we just go.
I love it. So you're doing a good job at listening then, asking questions, and listening.
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely.
I love it, man. All right, and so your short sales that you guys are getting right now, are you doing all the paperwork in-house? What's that paperwork process like? And do you recommend it for a newbie wholesaler?
I definitely don't recommend it for a newbie wholesaler. I handle all the paperwork. I handle almost everything from A to Z, which I'm learning now because I still am a couple of years in the business doing this. I'm learning now to outsource it. You know, I leverage realtors, really. It's not that easy working with realtors while we're doing short sale negotiations. So I'm actually getting my license to be a real estate agent in Jersey and New York. I passed the test already in Jersey. Just got to take the state next month. I have it scheduled. But I'm just, just filling my tool belt with tools and learning how to really leverage other people to do other things. That's it. Yeah, I was with Elijah actually last month on his flip, and I learned how to friggin' demo a bathroom. So, I'm just constantly learning on how to do things because, it's important.
Yeah, but I gotta say, I've known you for 2 years now. You've really grown as a student, and like me myself too. But it's like, you and I are in the same ball field. It's like we're young kids, started off in the business with no experience, no knowledge, and same for Dado and Adam too. It's like every day's a grind and a hustle, and like I feel we all love to learn, like, but we know how to learn from the aspect of either developing our emotions, our feelings, or our bank account. Like that's how we learn. We learn from one of those versus just learning. You know what I mean? So it's learning with purpose. I love that, man. All right, so it's 8:30. Let's transition now for questions. Guys, whatever questions you have, now is your time. Post them in the comment section now. Let's get some of these questions fired away, and we will get this going. Okay, so first question here. We have, sorry, guys. All right, so I think this one is for Dado. So Chris asked, Dado, how did you learn to market on Facebook for leads? You already answered it, but hit it one more time, Dado.
Well, like I went on Upwork and searched for people who do Facebook ads, and I got lucky with this guy, and he's been doing it for me, and he tested few different ads, and I mean that's like I'm not very I don't do it, so but I know he was testing different ads, and he uses the ad that works the most and that generates the best leads, more leads.
That's a sick strategy. So you went to a website, Upwork, and like, is that like a place like where like VAs hang out, or like what is Upwork?
Yeah, yeah. You got Upwork, you got freelancers.com, Fiverr.com.
Fiverr.
Yeah, you find freelancers like from overseas even, and you have you try different ones, and until you get the guy you could, or this person you work with good, and he knows what he's doing.
I love it. All right, thank you, Dado. All right, next question from RJ. RJ asked, do you guys do any virtual wholesaling? Any pitfalls to look out for? Either one of you guys ever did virtual wholesaling, whether it's out of state or in a market that you're not close to at all?
I don't do it. I mean, it's like you have to be putting out a lot of offers, and your contract has to, you have to be able to get out, because you know what I mean. Like the way I buy it here is like I'm buying as is, and I don't want the seller to get out once we agree.
Right.
But with virtual wholesaling, you have to make sure that because you're not seeing the house, and all you care about is make money. It doesn't matter. If somebody pays you $5,000 more than what you offered, and you move on. But what if you couldn't find a buyer? Then you have to be able to get out of the contract.
Exactly. Willie or Adam, any virtual wholesaling?
I'm actually negotiating a short sale in Texas right now, and it's real easy. Just you partner up with people on these Facebook groups, and they live there. They can go visit the property. They can get you the documentation. They can they know realtors out there. So that's how I've been really doing it with this specific deal that I'm negotiating the short sale on in Texas with. But it's all about just communicating and networking with people. And now it's like nothing's open. You can't meet people face to face, but everything's virtual.
FaceTime, baby.
It's going to be a virtual world sooner or later. So better get used to it.
Better get on it now.
Better get on it now.
Are you guys going to wholesale that? You going to keep it? What's your goal with the Texas deal?
Yeah, he wants to wholesale it. Or he actually wants to buy it, the guy. So I think he's going to wind up flipping it.
Nice. All right, Adam, any virtual wholesaling?
Yeah, we've done some. mean, what do you call virtual wholesaling? Not going to the house, not doing anything, just flipping the stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's everything I do. I haven't been to a house in years, to be honest with you. You know, it's pretty easy. If you buy it, try to get under contract for the right price. So yeah, virtual wholesaling works. You just got to get it. You just got to get it for the right price, and you're good to go. But I'll always send someone there. I mean, I won't buy anything sight unseen. That would be silly. You know, going on what someone says, no matter how nice or what kind of rapport you have with them, even if it's your own family member, I wouldn't trust them that saying it's a good house.
Right.
It's just the facts. You know, there's always something that they're not telling you.
Very true. All right. Next question. Do you need a license to wholesale real estate?
Negative.
Adam, no. Dado, no. Willie, no. I know in New York you have to have an attorney involved, though, right? And as long as you have an attorney, then you're good.
No, it depends how you're doing it.
Not really. I mean, if you know, like what I've learned is, if you know what you're doing, like you really don't need the attorney. Like I paid an attorney $1,500 for that deal that we closed, and I didn't need him at all, but I didn't know any better.
Well, so, you need an attorney to hold your money in escrow and all that crap. You know, that's pretty much it. And you know, I don't like sending out contracts.
Right.
I let them do it. You know, they have my contracts, they have my assignment contracts, they deal with all the BS, and they deal with it. I don't, you know, $1,200, whatever you're paying them. You know, $1,000. Anywhere between $1,000 and $1,500 to deal with the headaches. I let them do it.
So you don't need a real estate license to wholesale really anywhere, other than maybe Illinois. There's some things going on in Illinois right now that I can't speak on because I really don't know. But you can wholesale anywhere other than maybe Illinois right now. So look into that. All right, next question here. Okay, Joanna asked, I want to know how Jason wholesaled off the MLS. Jason, you should reach out to Joanna. She has a question on how you structured your wholesale deal. Actually, I can answer that. Wholesaling off the MLS is really easy. Actually, Willie, you haven't wholesaled off the MLS. Nick, you want to add something?
Nick!
I can't hear you, buddy. Oh, give me a second.
I'm just here to hang out.
You want to add something? Okay, just here to hang out. So she asked, how did you...
Looks like you're in your wood shop.
You want to answer it, Nick? Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, sure. You split up property under contract, right? When you're putting it under contract, make sure you put an LLC as a buyer, right? Like, don't make it like your best friend's name or your wife's name or your favorite company's name, LLC, because whatever that LLC is, you're going to end up selling it. In New York, LLC filings are actually more expensive than Inc. filings. So go with Inc. instead, incorporating a company versus doing an LLC. And pretty much once that LLC is, or that corporation is on the purchase agreement, that company in essence has the rights to now buy that property, right? But because you're the owner of the company, you can sell ownership rights of that company to somebody else. And so that's how we flip properties off of the MLS.
We can flip anything.
Adam, you want to add anything?
That's how you flip anything.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah. You're right. In New York, no matter what anybody tells you, when you put a property in contract, if you intend on flipping it, and you think that you're pulling off the MLS, which I don't buy off the MLS. I don't look at the MLS. You have to run comms. If you're looking to buy, if you're buying on auction sites or any of that other crap, you're putting things under contract you don't want to close on, whether it's auction sites, whether it's MLS, whether it's broker listings, whether it's whatever the hell it is. In New York, you should put it into a corporation. A corporation, you could open a corp within 24 hours for $240, $250 in the state of New York. In the state of New York, an LLC will cost you $1,200, $1,100 because you got to advertise. No matter what anybody tells you, you got to advertise, and you can't advertise in the Middlesex Tribune over in Old Bridge or whatever Old Bridge is from. The Essex Tribune over in West Orange and Livingston. You got to advertise in like the Star Ledger. You got to advertise in the New York Times and the Wall Street Journal. That costs you a fortune. And there's no ands or buts about it. But I got a guy up in Albany that advertises up there and then transfers your corporation downstate 6 months later. And it's only
So you can buy
$240
shells from him.
Yeah, they give you a book, the black book, and all that stuff that you need, and it's never an issue. And they're right next to Albany, right in the state capitol, and they walk right over to the wherever they file this stuff with the Department of State, tax ID, boom, 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 and you can transfer it right there. But unless you're planning on holding it LLC and you have problems with attorneys and assignment rights and all this other stuff, and don't get involved in it. I don't play games like that. It's just you're gonna kill yourself.
Yeah, like for me, I'm really lazy, so I like the MLS game.
Me and Nick talk in the morning. I'm getting up at 4:30.
Stop.
I'm getting up at 4:30. Nick's going to bed at 5 o'clock.
Sorry, guys, my kids.
All right, here we go. So let's go into or Khalil asked. So this is to kind of piggyback off the last question. Khalil asked, what happens when an REO wants articles of incorporation? Do you work around it? Do you give it to them? How do you handle that?
That's easy. I'll answer that really quick, so that way. So when they want articles of incorporation, I'll ask them this question: is it approved? Because if it's approved, I'll create it, right? But if it's not approved yet, then I don't want to create it. And so this is how I get around that.
You're mixing it up, Nick. They're asking about an REO, not a short sale.
No, I know. So what I mean is, this is what I'm trying to explain is, and thank you for pointing that out, Adam. What I'm trying to explain is, like, they typically are asking you that because they want to test you to see if you actually have all your paperwork done, okay? And so the workaround on that is this. When I put a property in a contract, I have to put my name, Nick Tang, okay? And then corporation to be formed or LLC to be formed, right? And so what happens is, in essence, when it's going under the initial contract, it's saying that my name personally am buying the property. But it also says that LLC or corporation to be formed. Do you guys follow? And as long as the seller approves your contract with that in writing, okay, what that means is that they're okay with you buying it as your name right now, and at any time before closing, you could change the name of the buyer to a corp, an LLC, or yada yada. That way, you don't have to spend money creating the company until it's like, hey, we're gonna actually do this. Did you guys get that?
All right, simple. Thank you, Nick. Yes.
Easier said than done, but yes.
All right, let's go to the next question here. All right, what do you guys think is the most effective? What?
I was just answering. No, just keep going.
This question is,
Joanna.
what's the most effective marketing strategy for beginners? What do you guys say?
Economically effective.
Start with Willie. Willie, go first.
Added signs are good. Cold calling is great. I love cold calling. Wow.
Just so you guys know, Willie's a master.
Dado?
Willie could go work for me, man. You want a cold call?
I got some interesting things to talk to you about. We'll talk after.
He's a master at cold calling.
You and Nick could talk to me on the side. We got a competition. We could go online. We could do a Zoom call.
Dado, what do you think an effective marketing strategy is for beginners?
I agree. In the beginning, if you could master the cold calling, that would be like a big step you could take in your career.
Game changer, right?
Yeah.
I love it. All right, Adam, anything to add?
What's the question?
What's most effective marketing strategy for beginners?
What's the most economical but effective marketing is what she asked.
Yeah, so cheap.
I know Joanna. She's a guest of mine.
Oh, nice.
What's the most economical but effective marketing strategy for beginners? I'd like to say bandit signs, but those are overdone, and I don't even see them anymore. I mean, not at least in New York area, but again, I don't drive around much anymore because I just do everything online.
Brooklyn, they're all over Brooklyn.
Really? Still?
Yeah. Brooklyn, they're everywhere in Brooklyn.
They're not. I mean, I used to put them on top of other people's.
On other people or other people's bandit signs?
Other people's bandit signs. And every vacant house, I put them on.
I know, I'm joking.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say bandit signs. I mean, if Willie's telling me they're still out there, bandit signs.
I have 100 right now, foreclosure signs actually, but I have to deploy them next week. Yeah,
All
good.
right, next question. Someone asked Willie, how do you break the ice on a cold call?
I didn't hear you. Say it again.
Wait, let me add to that. Okay.
Nick's
So
lagging.
economical means cheap, and effective means like really good, right?
Bandit signs.
So to me, MLS is the most economical and effective because everybody that's on MLS, they already raised their hand that they want to sell. And so because of that, those are leads right there. But you have to get good at a skill set to make this work. The skill set with getting deals actually on MLS is being able to identify motivation through the MLS. That's number one. And then number two is being able to understand who's actually the decision maker in the deal. And a lot of times it's not the seller, it's the realtor. Meaning you're trying to make a low offer, but the realtor doesn't even want to submit the offer because they had an offer prior that was rejected. But here's the thing, let's look at COVID. COVID's been around for 3 months. Something could have happened in their family, or something could have happened last week. Who knows? That had nothing to do with COVID. The point is, you have to figure out how to get your offer across in a way where the realtor doesn't get offended or upset with you. And if you can figure out how to do that and play that game well, you'll actually make a lot of money on MLS because we do majority of our deals on MLS. We don't do marketing.
Wow.
Okay, Elijah, you can take over.
Yeah, I didn't hear the question.
The question was, how do you break the ice with older person, especially through cold call?
How do I break the ice with someone, especially through cold call? It's
All
real
right,
easy.
Another mock call. I'm the seller now. Let's hit it. Let's run with it. I'm a 60-year-old beautiful lady who's got 2 cats, and I own a 3-unit building in Somerset, New Jersey. Let's go.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say. Like I usually feed off of. I'll mention a dog or a cat, and I'll ask them like, "You have a dog or a cat, or like the weather or something?" I'll usually start with that, and then if they take the bait, I'll go into it, a little deeper. Like, yeah, it's gonna be 90 degrees this week, or like, I have a 3-legged dog. My dog Coco, she's sleeping right now. I use her in everything, and I use her in all the rapport I talk to sellers with. I always mention my 3-legged dog, and then I go into a short story on how it happened, and it works. So that's how I usually break the ice, and then we get into the nitty gritties.
So wait, do you pay your dog or no?
She gets,
Can we see the dog? Can I see the dog?
If I don't, for like this, if I don't produce, like I get spanked from her. She's my dog, so I have to produce. So
hey, Dado wants to know if we could see the dog. Do you have Coco yet?
Oh, big one.
Oh, there she is. Hey, baby. Wow, that's beautiful, man. That's an awesome dog, dude.
Shout out to Pitbull, Adopt Don't Shop.
That's great.
I lost my dog last week.
Really?
Yeah.
I lost mine 3 months ago.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Sorry, guys. Yeah.
All right, guys. Let's transition. Yeah, sorry about that. All right. So next question is this one's for Dado. What is your daily Facebook ad budget, and how much are you paying per lead roughly?
God, he's popular, this guy.
I mentioned Facebook ad. I've been spending $30 a day.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Big
And,
spender.
huh? On
Big
Facebook
spender.
ad. Huh?
I was joking.
That's actually a lot for Facebook.
Yeah, now that we think about it, it's like
Because it's very targeted.
And I've been averaging about two leads a day from this. So
So $30 gets you 2 leads, so it's $15 per lead.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
So how many do you actually close? If it's $30 a day, that is how many days in a month? $30, $1,000 a month.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it's like 900.
Well, let's just round up to $1,000 a month. Are you closing one a month?
No, I've been closing like 2 to 3 deals a month.
Well, that's great return.
Yes, it is. It is. I'm very happy with Facebook ads.
Huge.
All right, Dado, everyone's
That's
getting into
better than
Facebook
what
ads
you
now,
were
so
before.
be ready for your market to go up, buddy.
Yeah, we're going up to the Hudson Valley. We're all
You
going.
want anybody needs any help, please, reach
No,
out.
we're going. I'm marketing there tomorrow morning. Hudson Valley, everywhere.
Just know Dado is a buyer there, so make sure you have his contact for sure.
He doesn't buy. He's on my contact.
I'm willing to help anybody.
We appreciate that. All right, let's get into the next question here. Let's see. Oh wow, there's a lot more comments. All right, so next question is Adam, what's your thoughts on marketing for wholesaling in Queens, Brooklyn, Staten Island, and Bronx in the 5 boroughs? What's your thought marketing? I don't
Everything's online. Hire someone that knows what the hell they're doing, and that's really hard to find, to be honest with you. And that's trial and error. You're going to go through a lot of people. Whether it's online, you're going to try to find a VA, because those are the only people that really are realistically priced to do your marketing. You can't spend $25 an hour to pay someone to do your SEO and your search optimization and your Google pay-per-click and your Facebook and your whatever it is. You're going to have to pay someone $5 to $6, $7 an hour, $10 an hour. And you're going to have to use one of those sites like Dado uses, whether it's Upwork or Fiverr I forgot all these names already. There's so many of them. Yeah. I used them all the time back in the day. But there's also professional ones that are like recruiters for VAs, and they're either from the Philippines or India or Pakistan or wherever they're from. And some of them are really, really smart, but you're going to go through them like a dime a dozen. And it's a process of elimination, and some of them are better than others. And, bugs. And, I recommend 100% to do everything online.
All right.
80% of the world is online,
Yeah, it's very true.
No one's as much as I think, direct mail is always good, but it costs a lot more money.
All right, let's make this the final question here. It's 8:52. Let's make this a hot question. I'm gonna spice it up a little bit. Okay, gentlemen, how do you determine your assignment fee? And secondly, how big of assignment fee are you trying to get per deal?
I can make it for you right now.
What was it?
The question is, how do you determine your assignment fee, and how much are you trying to make per deal? We'll start with Adam. Adam.
Hello?
We lost Adam.
All right, Dado, you here?
Yes.
All right. So yeah, how are you determining your assignment fees, and how much what's the minimum you want to make per deal?
I'm gonna have to tell a story. I came from the home investor background, so we're used to buy 65%. So when I make an offer, I try to be around that number, and it depends on I try to buy deep. That's one of the problems that I have. And it's not a problem. It's just that's how I'm used to buy.
Right.
So, and then if I like the house, I might raise it. So that's what I stay around 65 instead. Unless if I'm gonna be able to buy it as a creative deal, so I'd probably go to a 90%. Creatively, by mean like lease option or owner financing.
Here, man.
But for
Your
a wholesale,
Wi-Fi's been going out.
I try to stay around 65%. I don't know. Did I answer the question?
Can't hear you, Nick.
Did we lose?
Was-
hot dog.
We lost Elijah.
Yes.
So the question was, what's the wholesale you want to make, right? I'll give you the answer for me. My minimum that I want to make is 20,000.
My phone.
Or else it's not worth it. And so, what are your guys' standard wholesale fees, and how'd you guys come up with it? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. I'm up.
Yeah. So
I
what's
don't
your? You don't have a standard?
No, I don't have a standard. It's all numbers, buddy. I mean, this is all numbers. So, when I analyze a deal, I analyze the numbers. I run through a spreadsheet. I run through comps, and I buy it. I put it in contract based on comps.
Right. But like you calculate out, okay, this is gonna make you projected this much, right? And if it's not, like,
yeah.
worth
And
it.
listen, I know people overpay for stuff. And I know, there's our investors out there that overpay for stuff. So, when I put it in contract, sometimes I screw up, you can't get everything right. But I always leave meat on the bone for people. So, if the ARV is X and I have it in contract for X, and I know that the construction is X, and I know there's a spread of X for this guy, I'm going to leave some meat on the bone. And, sometimes there'll be more money and there'll be a bidding war, or they'll keep going up and I'll make more money than what I thought. I'll never give anybody the comps. I'll never tell anybody what it's worth, because I've screwed myself in the past because people are stupid, right? And some people run comps differently, have no idea how to run comps. So I'll never tell people what the comps are. I'll never tell people what construction costs are, because they have no clue half the time. And not saying I'm perfect, but I have a good idea of talking to people and what things cost based on our construction costs. So, it's hard to really say. I mean, sometimes I take a hit, sometimes I make 10,000, sometimes I make 200,000. Who would have thought? Your average wholesale is 25, 30, 40, 50 grand in New York.
What about you, Willie?
Yeah, so like in my game that I'm playing now, it's more about how do we get the deal closed. As long as we can get it closed and avoid a foreclosure for the seller, I'm okay with making whatever it is, 1,000 to 5,000 to 10,000. I'm working on a deal right now that we're going to close in a couple of weeks that the wholesale fee is potentially going to be $100,000. But it's more important to me that we can get the deal closed, and that's the most important thing as of right now. As long as we can get it closed, and I'm making 1,000, 5,000, 10,000, whatever it is, as long as it's closing.
Don't be greedy.
Yeah, exactly.
Greed is the root of all evil, Nick. Where'd Nick go? He got pissed?
Because Elijah, something happened with Elijah.
Yeah, his network went down.
Making too much money on his wholesale fees.
I want to say something. Elijah did a great job, man. He did a good job. I'm not
Thank you.
seriously.
So I guess to be honest with you, I agree with what you guys said. Like when I first started in this business, I just wanted to get things closed. I didn't know that I could even I didn't even know how to see fees to begin with. Meaning I didn't know that this deal was gonna make this much or that deal was gonna make that much. I was just focused on, hey, let's just get deals closed, because it's knowing the game more than making money. And what happens is, as you become a master at the game, the money just comes automatically. And so for me, ever since then, I transitioned from knowing the game to, okay, how to make money without doing too much work. of course, I have, I work with Willie, I work with Elijah, and for those two guys, they can work on whatever deals they want. Meaning, they can work on deals, just help people. They can work with whatever deals. But for me, now I'm not trying to figure out how to do the deal anymore. I'm more like, okay, do I want to wake up today and make a certain amount of money? And I'm not even flipping houses anymore because I'm working with Willie and I'm working with Elijah instead. But if I was to get involved in terms of, okay, I got to do something, I'm looking at minimum at least 20,000 just for my take. But like, we help people every day. We're just trying. It's the business is about helping people first. But I'm just giving you. Is there a minimum? It doesn't have to exist, but I do have a minimum.
So you wouldn't work for 15 grand?
Adam, you know me. I'm gonna be like, Adam, you already know me. You sent me a good deal in Sussex County, and I'm like, Adam, here's the place to do it. Here's where you gotta. You go here, and you're gonna get somebody. Did you move that deal?
No, your guys are retards. Excuse my language.
Guys are retards. Sorry.
I haven't offended anybody. Just an adjective.
Okay. The question from Alvin is, what's your thoughts about power dialers for marketing? You guys, any of you guys use power dialers?
We use Mojo. Mojo, really good. I love Mojo. I love Call Tools. It's really good. Really, you run comps from it. It's easy, simple. Yeah, those two I love. I mean, most VAs already know how to use them already. So I love those two.
All right, guys. So I'm gonna wrap it up. Final word of advice, tip for everybody that's on the call, and your contact information in regards to why they should contact you. Okay, what's up with Willie?
So the more people you help get what they want first, you can you'll get everything that you want. Help people first. Don't think about the money. The money will come. And you can reach me on Facebook, William Dolinko, Dolinko. It's the name. And on Instagram, William_Dolinko.
Dado.
Yes. Well, my contact. I mean, you could reach me at my last name at live.com. DERGHAM at live.com. That's my email. And then that's the best way to contact me. And then I have a Facebook group. I have, and if you're interested in state market, you could reach out and I could help you out.
Adam, your turn.
Yeah.
Let us know. I'm back, baby. Well, let us know. Final words. Give us your best contact info. I want your personal numbers. I'm calling you after this.
My contact info. I have a 1-800 number.
Come on, man. Come on. Don't do me like that.
Is that a 900 number?
Don't do me like that. Come on, man.
BIG, 1-800-BIG. No, I'm kidding. You can find me on Facebook, Property Buyers Group. It's very easy to find. I post every day, something educational. I post my deals on there. I have an Instagram page, I think. You can find it there. You just got to search me, Property Buyers Group or Adam Glassman, or you'll see me. PropertyBuyersGroup.com, Property Buyers Group, Property Buyers Group. Just search Google.
You'll pop up.
My advice is to buy low and sell high, probably. That's my number one advice in anybody's world. And go Jets.
Go Jets. Dado, you've already gave your information, right?
49ers.
My
49ers, Jets. Dado, you going to throw out your team? What's your team?
me?
Yeah.
Yankees.
He's in rugby. He's in rugby.
Yankees.
He's a European.
Guys, thank you
European
for tuning in. As I told you guys earlier, we're going to be back in 2 weeks for our very special Prime members event only. Okay.
Yeah, boys.
If you want to be in this event, you got to be a Prime member. So we will send you information in regards to that. But in 2 weeks, we'll be back for deal night. I hope you guys learned a lot about wholesaling. Make sure you guys connect with these guys, and we will see you guys soon. Make sure you share the video too if you learned anything from today's event. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, guys. Thank you.
You did a great job, my guy. You did a great job.
Thank you, Dado. I'll see you soon, all right?
Yeah.
Willie, you need a haircut? Come to my house, buddy.
Got you. You got me.
I'll take care of you, brother.
How's the bathroom looking?
Buddy, it's coming along, buddy. It's coming along.
Coming along? I'm coming this week.
Let me know, buddy. We'll set it up.
Coming to work. Coming to work.
How many people
Next
were
time I'm bringing nose plugs.
How many people were on in this event?
People were on for the live. Do we know?
Well, what happens is I think it was averaging about 60 before, and people would do replays and things like that. We normally hit like about 5,000, 7,000 within like 7 days.
Nick,
wow.
can I post this on my website?
I'll forward it to you, Adam.
On my Facebook or whatever?
Yeah, I'll forward it to you.
Okay, forward it to me.
Me too, please.
You want it as well, Dado?
Yeah, I'll put it on my Facebook group too.
All right,
Okay.
perfect.
Thanks, guys.
All right, guys. I'm gonna end the broadcast because you guys are supposed to leave, but you guys haven't yet. All right.
You know.
Well, I gotta eat.
All right,
I gotta eat.
Have a good night.
Thank
Love
you.
man. See ya. Peace.
Bye, Willie.
Right. This is a nice view. I could trim my
All
beard.
right, Adam. Thanks, buddy.
Bye, Adam.
Hey, Willie, call me on Friday. I'm busy tomorrow.